This is my 2025 Surron Ultra B. It is a dream bike for many, and today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to buy one while saving thousands of dollars.
Oh, and actually before we do that, I just got a bunch of really cool parts in the mail, so let's install them. I'm starting by taking off the seat and removing the battery because this should make installing the upgrades way easier. I'm removing these side covers, which actually don't do anything, but I guess they kind of look cool. I'm popping off the motor cover because I want to black out every little accent on this bike. I'm removing the 3 screws inside the motor cover to take out this little yellow piece. Then I'm grabbing this stuff called STUNT. It's supposedly like spray paint, but just as durable as powder coat. Then I'm wiping down the 3 plastic pieces with isopropyl alcohol. This sandpaper from Amazon works great for getting into all the little nooks and crannies. Then I'm wiping down everything again to make sure I got all the gunk off. I'm taking everything outside before I spray it because STUNT is nasty and it comes on thick. All right, now let's get into some of the real modifications for this bike. I have needed these since day one of picking up the Ultra B. Upgrading your bars is probably one of the easiest and most impactful changes you can do to your bike, but you gotta do everything in the right order. I'd recommend loosening everything else up before you actually loosen the bars. I ended up going for these ODI flight bars in the RC high bend, so they should have a little bit more sweep and definitely more rise. This should be great because I'm a pretty tall rider and I need as much height as I can get. But these stock Surron grips were giving me a bunch of problems, so I just ended up hammering the grip back on. And before I reinstall everything, I just got a package. All right, we got the bars installed on the bike, but we still got 2 major upgrades to install onto the Ultra B. The first, I'll let you take a guess at what this is, but this is what I'm most excited for. So this is from MXP Designs. I reached out to him asking if he had anything for the Ultra B, and he said yes. We got a bunch of titanium bolts for all around the Ultra B. I guess we'll just have to kind of play around and see where these will fit. Oh, and under here, we've got these pegs, which look sick. They have titanium pegs on them. There's also the MXP branding on here, and I'm actually running these same pegs on my e-ride. You can see here, these have the same peg design and everything, but this is just his updated version. You got the titanium pins and also his MXP branding on there, which is a nice upgrade from these old ones. All right, enough chit chat, let's grind. I'm starting by removing the bar clamps and then replacing every bolt with these titanium ones. I know this is a really small thing, but these actually just look so good with that little pop of blue. And then of course I've got a bunch of other titanium bolts, so I'm replacing each bolt on the brakes and on these little reservoir caps. These actually look so good. Now I'm removing the ugly stock pegs so I can replace them with the ones from MXP. Once you get the spring on, you just need to line up this pin and then fit the C-clip back on. And of course, I'm repeating this on the other side. I also noticed that the stock pegs are super squeaky, so I'm just adding some chain lube on the spring, which should remove all of that noise. You can really hear how much better it is now. Just got on all of the MXP stuff. These titanium bolts look so good. I've never had titanium on one of my bikes and I should have done this so much earlier. Oh, and then we also got the pegs on here with this beautiful titanium. I'm actually really happy with these pegs. As I said earlier, I've had these pegs on my bikes before. Now all that's left is to install this. This is a gut seat cover. I already have one of these on my e-ride and it's just super helpful because it's got a lot of grip on there and really just keeps you locked in on the bike. I'm no expert at installing seat covers, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. The best way I found for seat covers is just starting at the top and the bottom and then kind of working my way around everything. And you can see here's the final product. It doesn't look great, but it could be worse. And by this time, the STUNT was completely dry. Look at that finish, that's out of a spray can. I'm also surprised how well it worked on this plastic because it's really made for metal. But then I'm reinstalling these little side pieces, which again, don't do anything, but I guess they kind of look cool. And finally, I'm just reinstalling this blacked out motor cover. And with that, she was done. All right, so we just got all of the parts installed onto the bike. And before I show you exactly how to buy a Surron from Alibaba, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for 50,000 subscribers. And of course, that means that I'm also giving away the free Surron LBX. I actually landed on a winner yesterday using a random follower picker, and the winner is this person on screen. We're gonna have the bike shipped out to you as soon as possible. But for those that didn't win, make sure you're subscribed and following the Instagram, because we might be doing a giveaway at 100,000 subscribers. And now let me show you how to buy a Surron from Alibaba. All right, so of course, the first thing that we gotta do is go onto Alibaba's website. So we're gonna type in alibaba.com. Okay, now that we're on their website, you're gonna click on the search bar and then type in whatever bike you want. So today I'm actually gonna be going with the Ultra B. So let's go 2025 Ultra B. All right, now we're greeted with a bunch of different listings. The most important thing is clicking on the verified supplier tab, because all of these right here, see $1,500, those are all fake. They're all fake and you're gonna get scammed if you buy from them. The ones that are legit are gonna have this little verified marking right here. And the easiest way to do that is just clicking on the verified supplier button. And we're gonna be looking for two different sellers. The first is gonna be CDSM, and the second is gonna be Gonped. Personally, I bought from Gonped when I bought my Ultra B, but either of them are both really good, super reputable, and you won't be getting scammed from either of them. Okay, so now I'm gonna find those two different sellers and to kind of just show you them. If I scroll down here, let me find it. Okay, there we go, Gonped, found Gonped. Now let's see if I can get CDSM. Bang, CDSM right there. All right, so now let's go to these two tabs and kind of just show you them. So as you can see here, this is Gonped right there. And then this one over here is gonna be CDSM. That's what the abbreviation is. You can also click on the seller page, and this is gonna show you all of the different bikes they have. So if you're interested in not buying a Surron, but maybe you wanna buy a Talaria, as you can see here, they've got the Talaria XXX at also cheaper rates. So if you're interested in other bikes rather than a Surron, you can also apply the same method to all of this. All right, and now when you've landed on who you're gonna go with, like I said, I went with Gonped, so I'm just gonna be sticking with them. And then you're gonna click on the chat now button right here. In the first chat, what you wanna basically say is just, hi there, I'm interested in learning more about your bike. So of course, in this case, it said 2025 Surron Ultra B. Can you let me know what colors you have available, what power modes, also just more details about like the total price. So basically just copy and paste the same message here for you, and then just kind of adjust it to wherever you live, what bike you're buying. Then she got back to me and said, dear sir, thank you for your inquiry. Could I know your shipping address? They want to use this, to see what the total price will be with the shipping costs and all that. And then she said, okay, thank you. This is going to be $4,900. 5,000-ish is kind of what I'd be aiming for when buying an Ultra B. For light Bs, probably around 3,000, 3,500. Anything lower and they're probably going to be scams. Anything higher and you're just not getting as good of a deal. Then, of course, went through some of I just asked her, what are the shipping times? What colors do you have? So she was like, we've got the black and the brown color. And then also for shipping, she said 45 days. 1 to 2 months is what you're gonna be looking at. These are coming from China, of course, so you gotta give them a little bit of time to get the bike shipped off, and I'm pretty sure it comes on a boat. So that's gonna take a little bit of time. And then I went ahead and gave her my full address, and she sent me this thing where I actually make the payment through. What you wanna do is make sure you're paying through Alibaba. That's super important. If somebody tells you, go pay through my PayPal, do not do that. That's a straight up scam. You wanna be buying through Alibaba because they actually have some inbuilt buyer protection. Also, make sure you're getting the US charger. If you're in Europe, of course, make sure you're getting the Europe charger or the EU charger. Okay, then I got a tracking update. So she actually sent me the whole tracking number and all that. When it actually got into the US, she gave me another tracking number, which had the actual logistics company. And then basically that company will then call you and make sure it's okay that they deliver the bike on whatever day they have planned. I had some phone calls with them. We landed on a delivery date. And then eventually I ended up getting the bike, as you can see in this photo that I sent her right here. So this was when I first put it all together, and we got the number plate on there, of course. Whole shipping time, total shipping time, it looked like I got it on the 13th. I said the bike just arrived, And then it looks like I bought it on the 29th. So what's the date on that? How many days is that? The 29th of October to the 13th of December is 45 days. So yeah. And honestly, I would totally recommend everybody buys from Alibaba. You're saving like $2,000, $3,000 on an Ultra Bee, and on light bees, you're saving about like $1,500. So it's huge savings, and you just have to wait a little bit longer. So hopefully now you know exactly how to buy a Surron from Alibaba. But if you have any sort of questions, leave them in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And now I think we gotta go try out this Ultra Bee. All right, boys, it is time to take out the Ultra Bee. The bike is looking so good. We got the ODI bars, gut seat cover, titanium and pegs from MXP Designs. And trust me, there are some big plans for this bike. A lot of parts didn't arrive for the video, but I still want to go take this thing out for a ride today. Oh, shit. That was bad. I've also got some stuff in my backpack that we got to drop off at the post office, so we can take care of that as well today. Oh, and I also want to talk about Alibaba a little bit more. I think honestly, it is just such a great way to save some money. As long as you follow what I did, there's really no way you're gonna get scammed. So I would highly recommend just picking one up from Alibaba. Oh, and I also got turbo mode figured out, so I want to try that on this straightaway right here. I'm pretty sure there's this little T button that comes up, you double click, and now it flashes. Oh yeah, that's way faster. Oh yeah, holy shit. That's way faster. All right, so we definitely got the turbo button figured out. It was pretty simple. I think when you go below 50%, the turbo button doesn't work anymore, which is kind of unfortunate, but honestly, it's not that big of a difference. It's just got a little bit more pep, you know? And for those of you wondering whether these Surrons are real or fake, they're 100% legit. Like, they have all of the official documentation and everything. These are not fake Surrons. They're just buying them from Surron and then selling them to you. You're kind of just passing the middleman and going straight to the supplier. All right, we're turning into the post office right now. Got a quick package to drop off from eBay. All right, there we go. Package all shipped off. Got nothing left to do but go ride this thing. Most of the upgrades that we installed were cosmetic, but honestly, they were so worth it. Like this titanium, I've never had titanium on my bike before, and it just looks so good. Like the pop of blue, I think it's perfect, especially in the front cockpit here. Like you're just seeing it all. I'm missing the throttle bolts right now, but I've pretty much got everything here covered in titanium. I don't really need anything else in titanium because, I mean, I'm not gonna be looking at it while I'm riding. This is what I'm gonna be seeing. We also got the titanium pegs from MXP. These ones are really nice. I had his older version, and I mean, he's constantly improving, so that's nice because these ones look so much better and they match the rest of the bike too now. These are actually a pretty good deal on his website too. All of the titanium really is, so make sure you go check out his website. And then, I mean, of course, what is a bike without a gut seat cover? You gotta be running these on all your bikes. Like, this is the perfect upgrade for doing one-wheel tricks, so I'd highly recommend picking it up. It keeps you super locked in on the seat, and this one has like some insane grip. Like, it's so much better than the E-Ride seat that I have. This one, I'm super locked in. After like a month of owning this bike, I've kind of realized how good of a bike this really is. Like, it's just such a good value. It's got 21 kilowatts of power, fantastic brakes, and it really doesn't need anything. Like, the stuff that I put on today are all just like cosmetic stuff you'd do to like any bike. But shoot, I just got a message. Let's see who it's from. What the heck? It's from eBMX.